based off of a scan of your life, this happened and it wasn't supposed to. No, I mean, like, this doesn't happen in hundreds of years, maybe even thousands at this point. Typically, you know, in this realm, we don't believe in free will. We believe everything happens and it is predestined, it is predetermined by our God. And it seems like they have made a mistake and you weren't meant to die. Like, it wasn't just that you felt like your life was cut short. It's like you were not. God didn't want for this to happen, but somehow, like, he did something. He got confused, I guess. Maybe he was dealing with more people than usual. I guess that's in many ways the case throughout history, but anyway, wow, I'm like, I need to look at, I need to find my help resources book. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I haven't had to deal with this in a long time, so please forgive me. Yeah, the last time this happened to somebody, there's a small section here. The last time it happened to somebody, yeah, it was around 1300 years ago. So, what it says in here is we basically have to give you a new soul. Here's what we can do. You can either, I guess, stay dead, or we can send you back and we can give you a new soul and you'll be reborn. You'll still be dead from your other life, but we'll have to give you a new soul. You'll be reborn. To my knowledge, we can't, you know, like, have you rise from the dead. We don't do that. We don't believe in zombies. You know, we're not silly. Yeah. So, is that okay with you? Am I even here right now? What is the afterlife? Yeah, I was working when that happened, and I remember it was this big thing. Anyway, and the prior person who also worked with me here, they've been promoted, so I just kind of do this myself. You know, it takes many, many, many years, many in the afterlife to get to the point of where I'm at. It's a very important job, but I'm still, like, dumbfounded how this happened. Can you please, okay, sorry, I'll give you some more information. So, basically, because you had passed away, we can't allow you to go back to that life. We can't do that, but we can, it's more than, you believe in reincarnation. Well, I hate to break it to you, in this realm, reincarnation doesn't exist, but basically, you'll be, like, reincarnating. So I guess we'll just, yeah, that's a good way to put it. We'll have to give you a new soul. Will you be, well, you're shaped not just by who you are, but by your circumstances, like in real life, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's go over to, yeah, I'm gonna go on the computer, I'm gonna look at the scan results, because they scanned you, right? Okay, it looks like, so it looks like you learned a lot of things. There's certain things. Did you have, like, you're pretty middle class at certain points, maybe considered higher middle class, upper middle class, right? Okay. You are a fairly good person. It seems like you just lived a kind of boring life, right? So, yeah, I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to make your life a little bit harder, and we are going to have to yeah, I think what we're gonna have to do is make it, I know, we're gonna have to make it a little bit harder, though. That will, like, help you to be more evolved once you enter the afterlife. There's, like, a tier system. It's, the whole thing is almost like real life, but I guess a little bit different. No, looks like a Mormon, acts like a Mormon. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I think we'll make, well, you being a Mormon is pretty difficult. Let me look here again. Yeah. It looks like, yeah, there's not much clarification on here. I kind of can just make the rules, like I have good judgment, so what I mean by make it a little bit harder, maybe you'll be more like lower middle class, okay? In this lifetime, you can't choose. Remember, free will doesn't exist. I have power over what will happen next. Again, you can just stay dead if you want. Would you rather just stay? No. Okay, we are going to put in here for sure, not going to end up Mormon. How about you're born like Lutheran? Is that okay? I think that's fine. You're right, you don't really have a say anyway. I think that sounds good. Okay. And your partner, I'm guessing, very white. Yeah. So I'm guessing anybody other than white. Let's do that. And that'll be a little bit different for you. And then, let's see. You grew up in Kentucky. Okay. How would you feel? I know, like, you don't really have free will, but I'll still ask you questions. Like, if I'm kind of 50-50 or whatever, or close enough to being neutral, how would you feel about, we don't want to be in Scandinavia, that's where too much of the, yeah, that's where too much of the, other, like, secondary Mormons are, I guess. Yeah, I feel like we should still keep you in Europe. We don't want you to live so different of a life. You know what, how about Poland? How about we send you to Poland? So you're Polish. Yeah, okay. How about one parent is Polish fully, on like pretty much 100%. And then the other one is 75% Australian, 25% English. Yeah, let's do that. Even if we can't find an exact match for that, now, yeah, I'm pretty sure what happened before is like your soul has to like stay here. It'll feel like a split second though, so it really doesn't even matter. Your soul will stay here until we find a couple that matches that. If not to a T, we give it like up to 90% and then 10% wiggle room. So we'll have to maybe wait. Oh, there's actually 2 couples right now living in Poland with that kind of situation. As it stands, okay. Would you rather your mother be Polish and the father? Yeah, and the father, because there's like one of each, and the father is the other. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. So y'all, they're trying for a baby right now. They've had slight infertility problems. They've already had a kid. Had some unfortunate situations here. Pretty here. 1 second, because of my cat. Okay, so this couple that we have selected for you, actually, you might not have to wait that long again because they're trying, but I think they're trying again in like 20 minutes. So, let me make sure that's right. Yeah. 20 minutes from now. They're expecting, unless their kid wakes them up again, around 20-25 minutes into it. So I guess I gotta go quick, but it looks like they are set to be able to conceive you around 25 minutes from now, so we should really get going. 20-25 minutes. Yeah, let's just, yeah, I see that you have like light brown hair. Did you dye your hair blonde? Because Mormon. Yeah, okay. Okay, let me look at the book. Okay, sorry, I was just checking some things. But, on here it looks like, yeah, I think what will work best for you is if, we end up having you become a redhead. Like, I'm talking super red. Even when you're an elderly person, you'll have like hints of red in your hair. And also people will be able to tell because you'll have freckles all over your face. And like, especially like your shoulders, upper back, but you'll have them everywhere. Yep, so that will be the case. And then if I look, let me look at your eyes. Yeah, they're like very blue, so we're gonna have them be green. Yeah. You're about 5'4" before. We're gonna make you 5'6", a little bit taller, okay? Because then you're slightly taller. You'd rather be 5'7". I think 5'6" is good, but thanks. You know, you're taking this very well, by the way. You are second chance at life. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Because, yeah, it looks like from your scan of your soul, you just didn't do much. Like, you had some accomplishments, but you weren't very happy. You didn't do a lot in life. So, yeah, inhibited by the Mormonism. That is right. See, you're already learning. I think what we'll do is, yeah, let's see, I'm getting like a visual of what you'll look like throughout your life here. No, don't look, please. I'm already telling you a lot. So, how did God mess up? Yeah, I'm telling you, it's very rare. So you should almost feel honored. It's like, things don't happen for a reason, but almost they can in instances like this. But ultimately, it's random, and don't look too much into it, and you'll forget all of this by the time you're born. And it's cool because when you pass away, like officially, this kind of situation has never happened to somebody more than once. Somebody's soul, no. Thankfully, oh my God, can you imagine? That would be a lot. But basically, what will happen is that once you pass away, you'll like be a combination of both. And like some days you'll be maybe just fully one soul, and the other day one. It's very cool. People treat you this kind of the same, but it's just a little bit of an adjustment. You don't get discriminated against in heaven, but people kind of are like, whoa, like set back by it. It's not like you're like the chosen one. It's not something that it's looked at as cool. It's something that is looked at as just like almost kind of scary. So people might be a little bit put off and scared of you at first when you pass away the official second time, unless somehow something happens and you're in the situation again. But we're not gonna say that. So yeah, I just have some stuff over here laid. Oh, I'm looking at to make sure that everything is looking good. Yeah, and you're looking good here. I have to be, I mean, looking good. Everybody looks fine. Everybody just overlooked you because of your gender and how you looked, and yeah, just your environment that you grew up in. People didn't have certain expectations for you, and also like you were prevented from doing certain things. I understand that. Okay, let's look here. Yeah, busy. Because sometimes, well, I want to say sometimes, last time we provided this much specificity because we do want the environment to help shape you, but no, we don't believe in free will. So I guess if you believe in free will, you would think that the environment can't shape you, but that's not what works through in here, so just don't question it, okay? Yeah, it'll all be fine. I feel like there's one or two other things we should maybe add here. Things that add more depth to your character and personality here. Yeah, let's put some traits in. You have considered yourself bubbly. I'll do like slightly bubbly now for the next one. Very assertive. Pro-feminism. Okay. I'm gonna put this at 50% chance, 55% chance of being bisexual. Okay, we're gonna add that in there. Yeah, so it's kind of just gonna be a toss-up. Maybe your environment will shape you. We'll have to see what ends up happening. Let me look at your scan again. Yeah, it does show that you were bi-curious, but you never like acted upon it because you couldn't. Interesting. So maybe, let me go back. How about we get rid of the probability? We just say you will be bisexual and you will own it and embrace it. Yes, you are powerful, and sexuality can be powerful. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, me, how I grew up in my time period, in that era of human history, things were a lot more fluid in many ways, and a lot more open, so that was cool for me. So hopefully you can get a piece of that. Yeah, that's a good question. I would say mom, gently accepting at first, ends up becoming your biggest supporter and a big LGBTQIA+ advocate. Yeah. Okay, and then father, not okay with it for 5 years, let's say that. Eventually comes around to it when your mom threatens to leave him. Or not threatens, that's a little bit, let's backspace on that, yeah. When your mom proposes an ultimatum that she will leave him if he does not become accepting. I think that's pretty good. So then he comes around to it once. This is like The Sims. What's that? Oh, wait, let me think. I have Winter in Heaven. You know everything. You're talking about the video game. Computer game, video game, computer game, video game, computer game. Yeah, okay, so you understand what I'm saying. Okay, well, yeah, obviously I never played that, but based off of my knowledge, yes, it is like The Sims. But, I have to emphasize, this is not a simulation. You aren't in a coma. I know it's called Sims because of it being a simulation. People think nowadays that life is made up of a simulation. It is not. Life is not a simulation. This is very real, which is why we have to take this seriously, but also yeah, you'll die one day, you'll be in heaven. How about you'll have 2 children? And then, how about divorced ones? Oh, but you have 1 kid with one of the guys, and then 1 kid with the other guy. No, and then you marry. No, you're right, but I'm doing bi erasure. So, and then you know what? And then you'll marry somebody who's a woman who already has a kid. Does that sound okay? Okay. Yeah, let's put that in there. That actually looks really good. I don't remember if we said something else before, but this will override anything else I would have said before. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And then, should you stay in Poland? I think moving from one part of Poland to a different part, but then when you're in your 50s, you get a vacation home in Australia in honor of your roots there. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. You'll even have like distant relatives that you'll live by, like you'll live on the beach but not directly up in front of the water, like further back in the sand. Yeah, that'll be good. That seems like a good life for you. Okay, well, we've got all of these specifics. Oh, yeah, Lutheran. Okay, we've got all of these. Oh, you know what? How about you're Lutheran and then become agnostic and spiritual? Okay. Also, it's, well, no, yeah, okay. Okay, let me look at everything. Let me look up close. Let me look how far away. Yeah, I think this looks good. So I'm gonna print this off. Have this put in the files. Yeah, that looks good. Oh yeah, you like our cat. This is, well, it's my cat, but yeah, he likes to be over here with me. He's actually a cat that I've had for a very long time, and I'm glad that we like found each other, even though nobody here believes in destiny, right? Or free will. I cannot emphasize that enough. Even though you do have choices, you have free will. Actually, you don't. Even though you have choices, you don't have free will. That is what I meant to say. It's not meant to be confusing. Just skip the program, okay? Do you want some water? One second, I gotta get him some water. Yeah, I think he just wants attention. I was gonna give him some water, but he just keeps wanting attention. So I'll deal with him in a bit. But yeah, we have this here, and then I have to make another copy for the big G.O.D. Okay, put that right here. Oh yeah, all religions aren't real, but also they are. Glad you asked that. My cat. Yeah, I'm gonna send this to him. It's flying through the air. And then what we will do is, we have this here. Is there anything else we need to do? Okay, I need you. There's a document over here. I'm gonna have to turn this around. This basically just says that you're okay with everything that I said, even though you don't have a choice anyway. You have to sign it, okay? Here you go. Yep. That's not your regular signature. I'm crumpling it up, throwing it away. Are you trying to like mess with me? Yeah, I have to print off another one. You don't want bad karma, even though karma doesn't exist. You don't want it to start existing at this moment in time, do you? No. I didn't think so. Okay. There we go. Everything looks good. You put a little bit of like X's right there. We don't need that. No, it looks good. Got rid of that. Okay, good. Yeah, everything looks fine. I have to make a copy of this for the big G.O.D. Send that off. This is right here. Yeah, so basically, like about now, they're wrapping up, so we gotta send you to the space to get ready right away, like right now. Yeah, right now I know it's a lot to take in, but you'll completely forget about all of this anyway. It will be fine, like there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'm just gonna send you to this like little chamber, like lounge room area. It's kind of like a box though. It feels like you exist within everything and nothing all at once. Everything's kind of black in the lounge room because you're just like getting ready, and your soul is getting ready to be at peace, and also kind of like deprogram you from your prior lifetime, sending you and getting you ready for that lifetime again. We haven't used it in a while, so we think it's still effective. If not, I guess you'll have to be sent back here. But yeah, I'm going to put a timer. Just transport